How do you deal with clients on set when you're directing or shooting a video? I'm Sean from Cinematic Learning. I make content that helps novice filmmakers get better at their craft, and in this video, we're going to talk about working with clients and some of the best practices and approaches to have a good relationship with your client so you get hired again. If you shoot video for a living, then this is stuff that you really need to know. So we're going to look at a few different scenarios, but let's start with this national television spot I directed recently. This one shattered my personal record for the number of on-set clients I had to work with. There were 12 clients in total. Now, 2 of our talent are on the client side. The company's CEO is also the spokesperson, so he's in front of the camera, as well as the company's TikTok guy. Yes, they have a TikTok guy. So behind the camera, we have 10 clients, and 1 or 2 of them look like they were probably like recent college grads. They're running around with iPhones on gimbals. They're doing like social media filming and stuff like that. But who are the rest of them? Why were they there? How did it affect the shoot? And how do you deal with all those people when you also have a crew to manage and 2 non-professionals in front of the camera? And when I say non-professionals, I mean they aren't trained actors. So let me set the scene for you first, as I always do. We are on location in Westchester, that's upstate New York. We have to shoot a 60-second national television commercial. We also have to shoot a large chunk of social media content. And most of this TV spot that we're shooting is going to take place between the CEO and the TikTok guy having this conversation. And then we have to grab some other shots with an actor as well as a non-actor who works for the company. The crew is 2 producers, a production manager, myself, I am directing. I do have a director of photography, a gaffer, a key grip, first AC, sound, hair and makeup, an art director, and we've got a teleprompter operator. Now, if you're an aspiring director and you haven't worked much on sets where clients are present, you might be wondering, like, what's the big deal? What does it matter if there's 1 client or 12 clients? It matters because that client is paying for that shoot and you have to know how to manage their expectations. We've all seen the expectation versus reality memes. What you need to understand about clients is that these aren't people you're meeting for the first time on set. You may have met them in person before the shoot. You may have spoken with them on the phone, or in this case, I met most of these people virtually on a Zoom call, probably a week or 2 before the shoot. And that's where my producers and I laid out our plans for the shoot. We wanted to make sure the client understands the vision for the shoot and how we intend to execute it. We want the client to buy off on everything. And everything means everything. The location, how the set's going to be dressed at the location, who the talent is and what they're going to wear, the shooting schedule, any travel arrangements that need to be made, the food that's going to be served to the talent and to the clients, and the list just goes on and on and on. Ideally, we're going to get on set and there's going to be very little to discuss with the client. Everyone should already have an excellent idea of what's going to happen. That's going to make the day go smoother. It's going to make my life as a director easier. The issue with the client or a group of clients being on hand is that they all want to feel like they have some influence or input on what's happening. And that's fine, because part of your responsibility as a commercial director is to make sure the client is pleased with what's happening on the screen. It is their business. It's their video. It's their money. But they work in a business that's not filmmaking. So they don't understand the protocols or the correct etiquette on set. And that's where problems occur. What are some of the problems? Let's say you have 10 clients behind the camera, as I did on this shoot. You can get into a situation, this happens often, where after every take, a bunch of people start shouting out advice or direction to the actor. And often it's all conflicting. That can put more stress on your actor, and it can make it harder to get the performance you want. No one should be giving the actors direction except for the director. So here's my 2-step formula for avoiding that situation. Step 1. I move Video Village as far away as I can from where the actual filming is happening. Video Village is where chairs and a monitor are set up for the clients and the producers. For this shoot, I asked my crew to put Video Village as far away as possible. That was about 50 feet away. That makes it harder for people to start shouting things out at your actors. And step 2, this is a collaborative process, right? It's the client's video. I need to check in with them and I need to make sure they're happy with everything. So I address all the clients at once and I say, "Hi, I'm Sean. I'm the director. And today I'd like to be the only one who's going to be giving direction to the actors. But I respect everyone's opinions. Feel free to speak with one another in between takes. And if you have any ideas or changes, please appoint one person from your team to whom I can speak to." Now, it should go without saying that when you're speaking with clients, you're doing it respectively, you're being courteous. Now that I've told them that, They can all collectively discuss what changes they think need to be made. And then this point person is going to speak with me about it. And then I can pass those notes on to the actors if I think they're valid. I've got one person on the client side that I need to speak to, and everyone on the client side knows that I'm going to be the only one speaking with the actors. But they can still all have their opinions heard, and that makes them feel good. It makes them all feel like they're part of the process. After every take, maybe every other take, I can walk over to Video Village. They can speak with me, or we actually have headsets where they can just kind of chime in and let me know what they're thinking. Now, here's a second problem that can happen with clients, and this also happens often. They ask if we can try something not in our script, not planned for the day, not on the schedule. They had a moment of inspiration or what they think is an amazing idea and they really want to try it. Now, this can be tricky because remember, it's their video, but it's not on the schedule. And my job as a director is to make sure I shoot everything on the script. That's everything that's on the page needs to get in the can before we're done for the day. So if it's a simple ask from the client that, that's not going to significantly alter our shooting schedule, I'll probably say, sure, let's try it. If it's something that's complex, if it will cost us a great deal of time and resources to set up, then I'll say, let's discuss this with the producers. And usually the producers have a more detailed relationship with the client than I do. And they also know the budget better than I do. So they'll explain why we can't do it. And those reasons will usually be, it's not on our schedule, and taking the time to try that will push us into overtime. And that will mean the cost of this production is going to go up. We should focus on getting everything scheduled and everything in the script first. If we get everything scripted in the can early, we can give it a try. Most clients will understand that. If you're a solo shooter and you have an agreement to shoot for 3 hours with the client and they ask for something that's not part of the original request, you just let them know that fulfilling that request may take you over the 3-hour time limit. And in that case, you'll be charging them for an additional hour. It's very important from a business perspective and a relationship perspective to be upfront about that. You need to have that conversation. If you don't, and you just tack on another hour to your invoice, they're going to get upset. They're going to call you or email you with an angry message. Hey, why did you charge me for an extra hour? Have that conversation in the moment to avoid bad reviews and lost work in the future. Let's take a quick look at one other situation. Now, I can't show you any of the actual footage or participants, and I'm not allowed to mention the client, but that's not important. It won't affect what we're doing here. I recently directed some corporate videos for a big pharma company, and there were several agencies involved in the shoot. There's the agency that hired me. That agency is responsible for the production. We're shooting on a very large site. It's painted green. And we've got another agency, and they're in charge of post-production. They've created a virtual set, and they're going to take that green screen footage and they're going to render it with Unreal Engine. There's also a third agency involved, and I believe they wrote the scripts for the shoot. So besides managing the crew on the shoot, working with the talent, I'm working directly with my 2 producers, with 2 clients from the pharma company, with 2 clients from the company that handled the script, and with 1 client who was there to supervise the shoot from a post-production standpoint. Now, we all have the same goal, which is to make these videos the best they can be. But and I know that each client is concerned about something different. The producers, my producers, want to make sure that all the other clients are happy and that I keep things moving so we finish on time each day. The post supervisor wants to make sure that the green screen is lit as evenly as possible and the subjects are lit well so he can pull a clean key. He wants to make sure he gets all the angles he's looking for. One of the other clients is sitting in with someone from a regulatory department. They are watching remotely to make sure everything that the talent says is legally allowed to be said, because this is like a pharmaceutical thing. So everyone's coming from a different perspective. On the second morning of the shoot, we burned 90 minutes of shooting time because a change needed to be made to the script. And that means the clients need to do the rewrite. Then they need to send it to the regulatory person to check if that's okay. And then it needs to be sent to the prompter operator and fixed up for the prompter. So it's a delicate balance to make sure all these people are happy. And that means as a director, you have to have patience. You need to know when to be patient, and you need to know when it's time to step on the gas and put a little fire under everyone to get things moving and to maintain control of what's happening, to let them know we can't spend more than 90 minutes on making these changes. I do have another video where I talk about what qualities you need to possess if you want to be a successful director. And if you're not sure directing is right for you, then you should check that out. So if you are out on your next shoot, think about the best ways to collaborate with and manage your client Whether it's one client or multiple people, remember that it's important to set expectations for them in pre-production so that they know everything they should expect to happen. And remember, you're the director. Don't lose control of your set and don't lose your patience. If you like this video, thumbs up, share it, all that jazz, and head over to cinematiclearning.com to check out some of my filmmaking courses. I'm doing this a lot today for some reason. Check out those courses if you want to work your way up to becoming a professional. They are all inexpensive courses. There's even a full course that is 100% free. So check it out, and thanks for watching.